الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ووضع الكتاب فترى المجرمين مشفقين مما فيه ويقولون يا ويلتنا ما لهذا الكتاب لا يغادر صغيرة ولا كبيرة إلا أحصاها ووجدوا ما عملوا حاضرا ولا يظلم ربك أحدا وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الدنيا مزرعة الآخرة أو كما قال مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. The Quran Kareem is our guide, and the Quran Kareem is haq, and the Quran Kareem gives us information like no one else can give us that type of information. People, when they convey some news or they do some analysis or they do some research and they want to present to the public their findings, they can make mistakes. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not made any mistake in the Quran Kareem. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, that is absolute haqq. There is not even an iota of doubt in it. And both the quality and the quantity of information that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us in the Quran Kareem, it is unmatched. Until today, we find a scientist still grappling with trying to understand how the universe works. Many of the scientists, they have discovered such things which the Quran Kareem has mentioned 1,400 years ago. And many of them are amazed at how is this possible, that this what we have read from the Holy Quran. You get all types of scientists and researchers, etc. There are Arabs also, there are Arab Christians also, there are Yahud also, and they know Arabic also, and they understand the Arabic language and they speak the Arabic language. So they study the Quran with a different people. Their approach to the Quran Kareem is different. Some people, they learn the Quran Kareem in order to impress people with their qiraat. Sadly to say, we now have a situation in our community where ladies are having their own qiraat jalsas. May Allah Ta'ala forgive us. In a public place, they go there, only ladies allowed, and the ladies, they recite in the best possible way in order to gain, in most cases, there are exceptions, name and fame. So it's very important to see the kuffar, when they study the Quran Kareem, they study it with the intention of finding faults. And you find some kuffar, they study the Quran Kareem in order to challenge the Muslims. In your Quran, this is written. Now what have you got to say? See, there is conflict in your Quran. Astaghfirullah. One should never entertain into any such discussions, nor such debates with such people, because they have spent years. There is what we can call priests and bishops and archbishops and whatever the profession is in the Christian religion. They study years how to combat the Muslims. And Sunday after Sunday they go to church and they seek to influence the Christians that the Quran Kareem is filled with mistakes. Now imagine for a Muslim to go and stand under that same cross and go into that same church where Islam is attacked. Every single Sunday, Islam is under attack, and they sit there very comfortable. May Allah Ta'ala protect everyone's iman. Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam wrote the Quran Kareem, and as has been mentioned, it's very clear. It's known as Kitabul Mubin. Mubin means, it comes, the word bayan comes from it also. It means advice also. It means clarity also. Clear cut. There is no confusion in the Quran Kareem. If a person does not understand, it is his shortcoming. It is not the shortcoming of the Quran Kareem. People can be very naive and simple-minded. Maulana Athaab mentioned a situation or case where the father passed away. When the father's friends came for ta'ziyat the next day or whenever, the son, he took them right till the roof, blazing hot summer day. He put soft mattresses there, and he told them, sit here. Now they're thinking we are sitting right high here up, and it is so hot, and he is making us sit on such a soft mattress. And thereafter he brought mithai. Now mithai, you know, you don't give when people pass away, you give mithai when people get married, etc. So they're looking at him and they ask him, "Bhai, what are you doing?" He said, "You see, my beloved father gave me advice. Son, after I pass away, when my friends, etc. come, elevate them." Meaning, give them good respect, give them a high position. So I couldn't find anywhere higher than the roof. And as far as the softness is concerned of the mattresses, he told me, "Son, when you interact with them, be very soft and kind." So I couldn't find softer mattresses than this, and I put you on there. "And what about the mithai? Son, you must be very sweet to them. You mustn't use harsh words, etc. Come forth as a very sweet person, where you know they feel attracted to you." I thought, what better than jalebi? Now me and you all may smile and say, "Yo, that person must have been a real," whatever you want to say. Coming back, the Quran Kareem, there's only one purpose. Yes, in the Quran Kareem, you are going to find something to do with science, something to do with nature, something to do with the explanation how a child is conceived. Too much information. There will be history also of Firaun and Qarun and Haman, etc. The Quran Sharif never ever changed. Insan changes the history books. Once upon a time when we were young and we went to school, it was made known to us that, listen here, these are the battles that were fought, and obviously it was the what we can call apartheid government. We were young, I remember standard 3, 4, and how the Boer came from the Cape and the white men came and they had battles. But they would phrase it and they would present it in such a way that, you know, the heroes were this kuffar that came from Europe. They were the heroes, and we would wait now, when is the next chapter starting? Did they win the war? Who actually won the war at the end? We wanted to come right till the end. And obviously, it was always the white men that won the war. So, history is written by those who are victorious. With the passage of time, now, if you look at the history book, no, it was the black men that won. History is changing suddenly. The place is the same. Tabanachu, I remember one mountain there in Free State, a big battle there. History, the places are the same, the people are the same, but the presentation is such now, like yesterday's terrorist, today is the president. You must call him Mr. President. Our previous president, who was the first president of the country, he was one of the main terrorists. Everywhere, amongst the Western countries, they assumed him. and they portrayed him to be a very, very dangerous terrorist. When he became president, the same capitals invited him, open motorcade, what you can call, showering him with confetti. He even went to meet the Queen. Subhanallah. Terrorists went to meet the Queen. So history changes, but that is why secular education has got no substance. It's got no real weight. It has got no spirituality. It's not connected to the soul in any way. Quran Kareem, history don't change. Qarun's history is not going to change. Point number one. Point number two, the history of the kuffar. There is no ibrat to take in it. Ibrat means, fear of Allah must come in you. The history of the Quran Kareem, every single word, whether it is Qarun, Haman, Firaun, it is the enemies of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In a hadith, you will find Abu Lahab, you will find Abu Jahl. Their names are mentioned. And what history is to be extracted from that which is mentioned in the Quran Kareem. فَاسْتَكْبَرُوا وَكَانُوا قَوْمًا عَالِينَ. The one is kibr, you're proudful. The one is you are proudful, but you want to be even more proudful. Istakbar, craving for more position, more name, more fame. Istakbara. Allah Ta'ala used this word for shaitan. Astakbartam kunta min al-alim. Are you really, a superior person, or do you crave and do you desire to go even more higher? So Quran Kareem, there's history, but the ultimate message of the Quran Kareem is Hudal lil Muttaqeen. Alif Lam Mim Dhalikal Kitabu La Rayba Fi Hudal lil Muttaqeen. This kitab, there's no doubt in it whatsoever. First ayat after Surah Fatiha, no doubt. Alif Lam Mim Dhalikal Kitab. This kitab, you shouldn't have any doubts. You can't entertain any doubts. There's nothing to be doubtful about it. For who is it? That person who's not in search of taqwa is not going to find anything in the Quran Kareem, except that even if he says something, it is merely that he's been deceived by shaitan, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has led him astray due to his bad intentions. People that have bad ways, bad intentions, they don't qualify for hidayat. If you sit in a bayan and you come with a critical mind, I want to see what this Maulvi Sahib is saying. Or you go there to the bayan to rate him, grade him, out of 10 I give his bayan so many points. What are you going to learn? I heard one person saying this here also. He mentioned, I go Jummah, I give the Maulana 8 out of 10. I give him 4 out of 10. What guidance is he going to get? So it's very important whenever we listen to any bayan, the main issue here is to try and gain maximum guidance. Amal will come with guidance. Once you have guidance, you can start making amal. وَلَا يُنَبِّئُكَ مِثْلُ خَبِيرٍ. This world news, and you don't know who's who, and you don't know what is what. Quran Kareem, Allah Ta'ala says, I will give you the actual news. Let's take something very relevant. It will give us comfort. If, as I say, we want comfort from the Quran Kareem, Allah Ta'ala says, وَيَشْفِي صُدُورَ قَوْمٍ مُؤْمِنِينَ. Quran Kareem gives shifa to that which the mu'min's heart is affected with. وَيَشْفِي صُدُورِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. See, you must understand, when we hear bad news, our hearts are affected. When we hear, they speak about taking Gaza over, hearts get weak, grief. The cure for that grieved heart, Allah Ta'ala says, I will give you the cure, I'll diagnose it and then I will analyze it. I'm going to mention few ayats where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a lot of comfort. وَدَّ كَثِيرٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ لَوْ يَرُدُّونَكُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ إِيمَانِكُمْ كُفَّارًا حَسَدًا مِّنْ عِنْدِ أَنفُسِهِمْ حَسَدًا وَدَّ كَثِيرٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ. Many Christians, the Ahlul Kitab, speaking in fact the Ahlul Kitab of those days, many of them, kathir, overwhelming majority of them. If it is in today's terms, call it the United Nations, and you call it the EU and the AU, and you can call it whatever it is. Overwhelming majority of them, وَدَّ كَثِيرٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ لَوْ يَرُدُّونَكُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِ إِيمَانِكُمْ كُفَّارًا. لَوْ يَرُدُّكُمْ. They've got one wish. What is the wish? That they must succeed in making you a murtad. يَرُدُّونَكُمْ murtad. You can see this rade. يَرُدُّونَكُمْ. That all of you must become murtad. Min ba'di imanikum. After you have had iman, with the further of Allah Ta'ala, we make dua, Allah Pak, what is kindness, grace, accept our iman. We know what is the procedure to bring iman. We decide the kalima, we give shahada, and we accept what Allah has made halal and what He has made haram, and we accept His commands, and we honor the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't make it a means of entertainment. We all those issues that are connected with iman, we bring iman upon everything. Says Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Amana Rasulu, the Rasul brought iman, and the mu'minun, kullun amana, everyone brings iman upon what? Wa malaikatihi, wa kutubihi, elsewhere, wa rusulihi, wa liyawmil akhiri, elsewhere. I'm speaking sort of the same ayat. And we bring iman. The kuffar don't like this iman in us. The kuffar don't like this word jihad. If you make proper shari jihad, and as I mentioned, overwhelming places, there is no shari jihad. There are maybe here pockets here, but otherwise it's nothing but politics. Why would people want to become shaheed? Why they heard the benefits of shahada? There is no question in the grave, straight to Jannah. Blood of the shaheed will be weighed. The horse upon which the shaheed was mounted, even its waist is going to be weighed. Even its hooves, everything is sawab is going to be given. The person who looks after mujahideen's family is going to get the same thawab of the person making jihad. And Jannah, and the fragrance that will come forth from his wounds. Oh, they don't want this type of iman. So how do they destroy it? Why don't they like it? Hasadam min indi anfusim. They've got hasad. They are besotted with hasad. The Quran Sharif says this here. Point number one, kathirum, many of them. They want you, lo yaruddunakum min ba'di imanikum. After you got iman, you must leave iman. Leave your iman, let your iman go. Kuffara, you must become amongst the kuffar. Why hasad min indi anfusihim? They've got plenty of hasad in them. Come to another ayat. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in tuti'u alladhina kafaru yaruddukum ba'da imanikum kuffara. Allah Ta'ala gives a direct message to His believers. Oh believers, Ya Al-Diram, in tuti'u alladhina kafaru, if you are going to follow the kuffar, tuti'u sami'na wa ta'ana, you're going to follow them. In tuti'u alladhina, you follow the kuffar, you follow the Christians, you follow the Yahud, you follow the Nasara, you follow the Buddhists, you follow the Hindus, you want to dress like them, you want to speak like them, you want to eat how they eat, the manner they eat. If you are going to do this here, yaruddukum, they are going to be successful in making you a murtad. Yaruddukum, they again murtad. Ba'da imanikum, you had iman. You had iman, you were born in a Muslim house. Your parents made dua. Before you were born, your mother made dua unto Allah Ta'ala. Father made dua, give us a healthy child. You observe, mashallah, alhamdulillah, adhan was given, iqamah was given when we were born. Mashallah wa ta'ala, that's how we came in this dunya, with iman. The first words were the words of iman. Thereafter they made aqiqah, they chose a Muslim name. They chose a proper Muslim name. Your name is Fatima, not Jane. Your name is Khadija, it is not July. You know, they use the names like this here also. You belong to the Muslim Ummah. You have been formally induced into the Muslim Ummah. They don't like it. And 24 hours a day, they leave no stone unturned in scheming, in plotting, in trying to snatch that iman from our house, so that ba'da imanikum takfurun, you may kufr thereafter. Third ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran Kareem, and this really is, it's amazing, man, really, wallah, Quran Kareem is amazing. And why not? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has sent this message to us. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers, La tattakhidhu. In the fourth para, O believers, don't adopt the kuffar, bifanatum min dunikum. Don't make them your good friends. Don't eat in what you can call, move around with them and celebrate what they celebrate. Happy Christmas, happy astaghfirullah, Diwali, and wish them well on their religious occasions, etc. Don't do this here. You leave aside your Muslim brothers, your Muslim brothers, and you join them in their celebration. Top footballer, happy Christmas to all the Christian soccer players that are with him in the same team. And they give presents to them. And we be sorted with them and whatever they stand for. What do ma anittum? Allahu Akbar. You see, you read BBC and CNN and this and that and whatever it may be. When they put that news there, when they put the news, they collect the information, they type it out, they do the presentation, now they put it into the public domain. When they do it, there's one intention they have. What do ma'anitum, what they would do, they love. They love it. That you must burn, you must be pained, you must grieve, you must be angry. They love that pain, that grief, that and they plan to the maximum to put the news in such a way the Muslims must be hurt with this news. It is there. No one must deliberately, intentionally look at any photograph. But on the news is now, look at this Israeli prisoners. You know, they've come out in this particular condition, malnourished, weak, lost lot of weight. They don't say, we never send the food. We never allowed food to go. They say, oh, look how bad the Muslims are. How bad did they treat these prisoners. 3 came out. They don't say about the thousands of the Muslims that came out from the prisons of Israel, brutally tortured. Some had to be admitted for mental treatment. Many of them immediately to the hospital. They won't speak one word. Not even one word. They know, we are not going to present your side of the case. There you find another ayat. Another ayat in the Quran Kareem. وَدُّوا لَوْ تَكْفُرُونَ كَمَا كَفَرُوا. In the 5th ayat. فما لكم في المنافقين فئتين والله وركسهم مما كسبوا تريدون أن تهدوا من أضل الله ومن يضلل الله فلن تجد له سبيلا ودوا لو تكفرون كما كفروا. They love it. Again, what do? They want you, man. You must become like us, man. Come to our church. Celebrate our Christmas. Easter weekend, buy the Easter eggs. What do lo takfuruna kama kafaru? Like how they have made kufr, they want you to make kufr. Fatakununa sawa, that they both are equal. Islam is not equal to the other religions. Every aspect of Islam, the morality of it, the ibadat of it, the aqaid of it, the muamalat of it, the akhlaq of it, the understanding of the dunya, the understanding of the akhirah. Islam is the only religion in the dina inda Islam. Allah Ta'ala says, I am not فَلَيْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُمْ. I am not going وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَيْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. Whosoever searches for another religion other than Islam, it's never ever going to be accepted from him. You see, we are speaking that which is very important. Shab-e Barat is coming. And we have to cry and we have to plead and we have to go in such and say, Ya Allah, not only keep me with Iman, please let me leave the dunya with Iman. The ultimate ni'mat is to go with that Iman that is Allah Ta'ala has blessed us with, that our ruh lives with that Iman from the dunya. The Abraham's Accord. You see, Hidayat is from Allah Ta'ala. Comes a point where a person is so insistent and his mind has been so filled and his understanding holds no space that I could be wrong, not even 1%. Although the haqq would stay and be glaring to him or her, they can't accept it. Who started the Abraham's Accord? The same person who's President of America today. He started it. What's his understanding of peace amongst religion? Peace, love, unity. You know what's his... You can see. If Allah Ta'ala don't want to show you, because you don't want to see. You tell a person, look here, and he doesn't want to look. You pull his hair, you pull his head, you hold him in a grip. I say, look here. He closes his eyes. Is he going to see anything? Allah Ta'ala is dragging us to Jannah and Allah Ta'ala is showing us the words are coming out from His mouth. Listen here, religion is everything. I want to buy over Gaza. Gaza is part of our Iman. The Sahaba were there. Sahabas are buried there. Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi, etc. were from Gaza. Now ask yourself, the man himself says, he is now speaking, all Christians go, I want the churches to be filled. I don't want to hear anything. At least now, okay, that time you never knew. You really thought, peace, they came with Khaybar and they came with, mashallah, Pact of Medina and Pact of Hudaybiyah and all. Various evidence, they said, all must live together in peace. Unity. See, Nabi Sallallahu was so kind to the Yahud, he was so kind to the Nasara. Maybe you were carried away with that argument, but now when you look at it and you say, what Abraham's Accord are these people speaking about, man? This is never going to be acceptable for any Muslim. Mind you, they haven't taken out a single statement. The kuffar countries, the EU, they have taken out statements to say, we'll never accept it. And the representative, so-called representative of South African Muslims, JUSA, as far as I know, I tried to verify, they can't find one statement also. This will never ever be acceptable to the Ummah and to the South African Muslims. Since they have assumed that position, they are expected to take it out. Not that we are waiting. I'm speaking about how hopelessly they are either floundering in confusion or they are scared for something or the other. They don't want to take any such statement condemning. I mean, we're not saying, go and fight and do this and that. Just say, we're not going to accept it. So we must think. We must think very careful how brittle our iman is. Will it be there that we don't feel anything against the Abraham's Accord? Will it be that we don't feel anything in our hearts when they say they're going to the churches in the name of Islam? They cite Islam also as the reason. And yet at the same time, this is a condition. If they can do this year, what Gaza? What can I say? What's there to stop them? To say we are going now for the balance of the Arabian Peninsula. See, when a fire starts, fell fire, your house is close by, you've got a neighbor, you saw the fire breaking out, it's night time, hey, what's that there? Now, one of two things, you say, just ignore it, man, go and sleep. But something tells you, hey, that fire is coming closer. But it's not my house, man. It's my neighbor's house. Why must I get involved? Why must I get involved? He must mind his own business. You see the fire jumping the wall, coming into the neighbor's yard. You say, you know what, I'm not going to call a fire brigade for my house. It's not my house. That guy is sleeping, let him sleep. Sooner or later your house is gone. Till today, they didn't do anything when Gaza and what we speak, the West Bank at the moment, they are being attacked. They all are frozen. They don't understand it's going to come closer. From Gaza, it's going to come closer. They'll take over Jerusalem. It's already taken over. From there to Medina Munawwara, it's only 1 hour by air. It's not very far. It's not very far. If you look at the map, where Israel is, where Egypt is, where Jordan is, and where Saudi Arabia, there's one close to Neom, very close to it, that one can easily enter into the other one's territory. Very easily. But it's going to happen. And we take comfort. And we take consolation from the words of our beloved Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Yes, beforehand, our beloved Nabi has warned us so that we remain prepared mentally, psychologically, emotionally, that we should accept it. The words of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam are truthful. First, we used to hear these words. We used to hear about Dajjal and Imam Mahdi, and there won't be any place in the world where a Muslim will feel safe, and Iman will return to Medina Munawwara, and Iman will be in Makkah Mukarramah, and Dajjal in the Kuffar army will come right up till Khaybar. I'm speaking hadith. Right up till Khaybar. And I will take it even further and say that our beloved Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that Dajjal will go to every place. When he wants to enter Medina Munawwara proper, the Malaika will stop them. So he's going to go to Medina Munawwara. It's established. How it's going to pan out, already the stage is set. Already they've taken over everything. We shouldn't just feel cozy and, comfortable. Oh, all the Gazans are back. 300,000, a million are back there to Gaza. They are heartless. The kuffar are absolutely heartless. The kuffar itself is a beast. It is a beast. It is something that cannot be stopped except ultimately by Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wassalam. They're going to move. They will bomb. They don't worry. They are now sending, not 2,000, 11,000 kilo bomb. We call it the bunker bombers. No matter where your bunker is, and no matter which underground tunnel you are, when that 11,000 kilo bomb falls there, it's going to penetrate and destroy everything, whatever it may be. They've got these weapons. So we have to expect that time is coming very rapidly. We are already in that time. We don't know next year by 15 Shaban what the condition would be. They could have taken over the whole of Palestine. If any Muslim makes noise, any of these countries, the Gulf countries especially, Kuwait, UAE, Jordan is already shaking. They told Jordan, you better take the Palestinians. Jordan says, no, we can't, we can't take them. Yesterday it was Saudi, back up, you got enough land. You take all the Palestinians. You think they're going to stand up and say, there's going to be war? They won't last for 1 hour, the Saudi army. Not even 1 hour war it will be. The shortest war in the world was 47 minutes. The British bombed Zanzibar some years ago. 47 minutes only. The Amir ran out quickly, he said, halt, the war is over. It will be quicker than that also. They'll take over. Be as it may, Allah Ta'ala has mentioned in the Quran Kareem, and our Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned these issues. No way is going to be safe. We see our country. Allah Ta'ala alone protect us. No one wishes anything to go wrong. But the direction that we are taking, promoting gender equality directly or indirectly, celebrating people who were the forefathers of the LGBT, when that one fellow in Cape Town, the bishop, died, Radio Islam had their rest in peace. He was the Archbishop of South Africa. I say it how it is. No one, inshallah, will be able to dispute it. We got all the evidence. They put on the posters, he's died, R.I.P. You don't want to see, maybe Allah Ta'ala make it, I keep on seeing. With the fadl of Allah Ta'ala, and I make dua for everyone. We gain nothing. In fact, we are grieved when we see our brothers really, they don't want to see and understand. They celebrate the one politician, he's gone back to the USA to become the ambassador. He was the ambassador for the Abrahams Accord in South Africa. He was the point man in Cape Town, Mr. Abraham Rousseau. He's gone back to America now to become again the ambassador there for South Africa. Who is there? His boss is waiting there in the White House. They're going to give instructions. You think they'll just keep quiet? South African Muslims are speaking out, writing out. We may not have this luxury again to be able to speak like this here, openly. And we can see how it's taking shape. Things are taking shape. We see the confusion here in Africa, the war between whatever it may be, now Rwanda, South Africa, now it's going in a different direction, and we hear from that side something else coming. Can we, أَفَأَمِنَ مَكَرَ اللَّهِ أَفَأَمِنُوا مَكَرَ اللَّهِ فَلَا يَأْمَنُ مَكْرَ اللَّهِ إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. I read Quran Sharif to you. Afamino, are people at peace and ease concerning Allah Ta'ala's plans? They sleep as if no, nothing can happen will happen. They eat as if nothing can happen or will happen. I will enjoy the same food tomorrow, and for Eid I can prepare my Eid menu from now. Are they at ease that nothing can happen? Are they at ease about the businesses? You know, my business it's going, I've got enough stock, etc. Are you at ease and peace? Don't you know, فَلَا يَأْمَنُ مَكْرَ اللَّهِ إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ? No one and no one can be sleeping absolutely without any concern of what can happen. Eat as if nothing can happen. Trade as if nothing can happen. Holidays as if nothing can happen. Go to the Eid festivals and eat what you can call They have these huge functions where you can buy your special parda, etc. Nothing can go to the souks. Nothing can happen. Call the women to the masjid. Nothing can happen. Video in the masjid. Nothing will ever happen. Except that person who is going to be a very, very great loser. إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. Except that lady who is going to bear a huge loss. Tell me, what is the definition of the antonym? Antonym means the opposite of a beautiful word which we all love. Which is a nice word. Every business love. How many profits you making? What was your markup? You know the word profit. One is profit, obviously, the Ambiya. This is how much profit you made me. You know, that is now either in percentage or in real terms. Plus I got a bonus also. Hey. Now what is the opposite of that word? Khasira dunya. Khusran. Dhalika wal khusran mubin. Open, huge loss. Big loss. Khusranul mubin. Clear loss. You lost. You lost heavily. With loss comes disgrace. With loss comes instability. With loss, fear comes. With loss, unhappiness comes. You have lost your business. The profits weren't good enough to carry the business. You've lost your whole business. Because you have lost your business, you are now in a situation where you find yourself unhappy, problems at home, financial commitments cannot be made, people are filing cases against you, you are gone bankrupt, Allah forbid. Great loss. The Quranic Karim words are beautiful. It depicts and it gives a deep understanding for people who want to understand. إِلَّا الْقَوْمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ. Oh you, whoever you are, oh we, wherever we are, turn to Allah Ta'ala, Shabi Barat, make tawbah of all these fancy liberal ideas. Pretending that all of Islam is one united religion. It is one religion, but there's no unity. And that also our Nabi Karim Sallallahu mentioned. This ummah will be split in 73 groups. Bani Israel was 72. This ummah 73 groups. There is this group, there is the Salafis, there is the Qadianis, there is the Ahmadis, there is this one and that one, and the Shias, and amongst the Shias is the Ismailis. You got the Aga Khan. People actually, you say, Allah Pak save us, Allah save you, Allah save all of us. When Shaitan has got us by the collar, he make you believe anything. And you and I will never come out of that belief. As ridiculous as that belief may be. The Aga Khan died. They worshipped him. He had his own religion. They all have Muslim names. The Druze, you have heard about the Druze in Israel, D-R-U-Z-E. They all got Muslim names. They are in the Israeli army. Salman. Salman died. The Jews are carrying him with the Israeli flag. The Druze, one of the 73 different groups that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned, they believe. You know what? Namaz is not for us till we become 40 years old. Because that is the age Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam received wahi. I just give you an example. Aga Khan, what they believe? No, you don't give zakat. The zakat is meant for the poor. Huh? And to make sure all of you follow him, the tele-followers, they got registers. They got all the names in every locality, community, every town, every city. 12.5% monthly. You have to give. Otherwise, you are ostracized. Otherwise, they're coming to bully you. Otherwise, they got the gundas. They're coming to burn your shop. Otherwise, they will sanction you. No one must get married to you. Or your daughters, etc. 12.5%. Where does it go to? To the great Aga Khan. He collects all the money. He will distribute it by. The Aga Khan Israel, there's a Aga Khan temple there. But they got Muslim names. They wear topis also. They even wear burqa also. But they believe in his divinity. $80 billion is left behind. He's gone to his grave. $80 billion. Gumrah, Dwallu, Quran Sharif, Dwallu, Hadith Sharif, wa Dwallu. Hopelessly led astray, hopelessly leading others astray. If you as a female can think, yes, it's fine for me to go and sit in a masjid, and the television is there, you come on the television, scream, may Allah have raham on you. Allah Ta'ala guide us, Allah Ta'ala guard us, inshallah wa ta'ala. So I was explaining, all these ahadith are now materializing. We can't afford, if we know the horrendous adhab, not the horrendous, the horrible punishment, painful punishment, adhabun alim, adhabun azim, the huge, great punishment, adhabun muhin, the disgraceful punishment, then we will, inshallah, on Shabi Barat, try our utmost to say, Ya Allah, please, hidayat and tawfiq. Money will come, money goes. Health comes, health goes. Getting married comes, children come, children go, etc. But my hidayat, please, I must just pass away, but my hidayat. And my progeny. The hadith, people will run from town to town, mountain to mountain. Go, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, a man will take his animals, go by a mountain, behind that mountain go and pull his days. Just somehow we must come out of this dunya. No way will be saved. No place will be saved. Why would Imam Mahdi, whenever he is going to make his appearance, he is going to flee from Medina Munawwara? Because the kuffar will be so much in control of so many things that he is going to leave Medina Munawwara and go to Makkah Mukarramah. Which means all these other places will, in all probability, come under the domain of the kuffar. All this what we see there, like how never did we think Jerusalem was ours. That whole place was Muslim. It was known as Hijaz. It was known as Sham. The Mu'tamirin, the Muhajjaj would wear the ihram from Jerusalem. Only Muslims. Very few Yahud, only Muslims. They would travel to Medina Munawwara by road, by camel. No one to stop them. No kuffar. From there they would go to Makkah Mukarramah and make the Hajj. People like Rabia Basriya radiallahu ta'ala anha is buried there in Jerusalem. It was fully under Muslim control. We were ungrateful. Allah Ta'ala snatched it. So understand very clearly. We make dua unto Allah Ta'ala that Ya Allah protect our iman, protect them. They are the mustada'ifin there. The weak ones. Allah Ta'ala speaks about the mustada'ifin. They are the mudtharreen. Amma yujibul mudtharreen. Who is there to answer to the mudtharreen? You know what is a mudtharreen? It's life and death, and you scream out, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, help, Ya Allah. It's life and death. That power of the dua, Allah Ta'ala says, who listens to the dua except Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala and answers to it? They are the yatims and the miskin. They're walking around. There's no father, mother, uncle, auntie. They find no one of their family. They are the widows there. There is no body even of the husband that they can mourn and say, go and bury him. There are 11,000 people right now under the rubble of Gaza. The whole Muslim world, summum bukmun, frozen with fear. I mentioned it before and I'm going to mention it again. You see, when Genghis Khan from Mongolia is set out to punish the Muslims, because the Muslim king was very cruel, very evil. He had killed one of his ambassadors. Genghis Khan had sent one of his ambassadors to Iraq, was the seat of the Muslim Empire, and that one, he went there Instead of honoring, generally it was always the norm and the protocol that any ambassador would be honored. The Muslim king of that time, he was so vicious and brutal, he said, behead this fellow. Genghis Khan found out he was a total atheist. He had no understanding of what religion was. But he climbed the highest mountain that he could find there in Mongolia. And he went right up there and he pointed to the sky and he pointed and he said, if there is a Lord here, if you are there, you will help me to take revenge. Allahumma fasna. He set out with his army. Small army. It was a roving city. It wasn't people like just soldiers. He put all the women, animals, etc., old, feeble. With the square was the army itself. The city is moving, taking over. There were 2-3 things that were exceptionally effective in scaring people. That this is the way it's moving. We can't say we're going from behind, we'll take over the women and children, etc. Point number 2, no one was allowed to speak. Not a single soldier of his army, one word when he attacks. Today you tell the people don't speak in the masjid, they can't. It's impossible. That army of his abided, they were trained, highly trained. Very highly trained. When they would attack the Muslims, they moved from Mongolia, they went through Tajikistan and Kazakhstan and Afghanistan. They went through all these countries. But the Muslims had no information who are these people and why are they doing this here. They couldn't, there was no word. They would attack. First thing, city moving. Second thing, no one talks. Third thing, they trained. They were so brilliant with the bows and arrows. The horse is galloping forward. They are turned around and they are shooting arrows. You know, arrows shoot straight. They invented arrows that would spin. As the arrow is going, it's spinning. When it hits a person, it's spinning. And the arrows were in poison, dipped in poison, the arrowheads. One arrow hits you anyway, it's spinning in your flesh, the poison spreads. Allahu Akbar. He came to a certain masjid. People are hiding. People were hiding away. He called, some of them were captured. You know how to give the azan? See, yeah. He had a little understanding of how things work, as far as Islam is concerned. Give azan there. Stand with a sword there. If you don't give loud, chop his head off. The person, I think he had, loud as possible, he gave azan. Now the masala is, if there's danger, give azan. If the danger is gone, give azan. The people thought the danger is over, they all came out. Collect them all in the masjid. He came with his horse, parked his horse, sat on a mimbar. Right, where are your musicians? You people used to play a lot of music, huh? It was haram, he knew that. Call them, bring them out to the mosque. You loved your music. Play your music, huh? You people were disobedient to your Lord, because at that time already understood that dua that he made on the mountains of Mongolia, it has been accepted. He was moving like lightning through all the countries. Play your music. Thereafter he gives instruction to his army. 3 weeks here, do whatever you want to, no questions asked. Allahumma fasna Allahumma. A traveler traveling to Afghanistan, a few kilometers before coming to Kabul, he looked and he said, yo, there's a mountain there, man. It snowed here. But then he thought to himself, no, it's summer. This is summer. How can there be snow? As it comes closer and closer, do you know what it was? All the skulls of the people that were beheaded were placed in a form of a pyramid, like it looks like a mountain, without any flesh, only the skulls are there. People, may Allah save us. Wallah, wallah, make dua, Allah protect us, protect our progeny, protect our homes, protect our streets, protect our localities, protect our masajid, protect our shops, protect our factories, protect our belongings, protect our vehicles, protect our businesses. Don't ever think I've done it, I'm successful. You never know which success appears to be success, and in it, in reality, Allah Ta'ala's Athaab awaits one. And never be despondent that I don't have something. You don't know what rahmat is there, that you don't have a certain thing. That is the decision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, eventually when he came to Baghdad, on the way I'm going to take 5-10 minutes, inshallah ta'ala, I hope you don't mind. So frozen with the Muslims, like now you say, hey, you know what, Egypt has got an army of 200,000-300,000 people, all the Arab countries around Israel. 300 to 400 million. Yahud 7 million to 10 million. That's all. But why can't they do anything? You see, Allah Ta'ala has frozen their hearts. Israel can't do anything without Allah Ta'ala's permission. America can't do anything without Allah Ta'ala's permission. The leaf can't move without Allah Ta'ala's permission. They chose the way and culture of the kuffar. The biggest winery is being built at the moment in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, it is in the UAE also. They've got a big sharab khana, big factory. They have the rave shows, women being imported, special planes bringing them to Riyadh, whole night music, sing, dance, and dance, and dressed in the most shameless way you can imagine. They're doing it. America is not doing it. World Cup football, who is there? You find them there. They travel, Allah Ta'ala gives them the wealth. They travel to places where the worst of sins are committed. May Allah Pak save us. Allah Pak give them hidayat. We come back. We mustn't think we are holy. I'm just painting a picture that when these things happen, you don't blame people all the time. You know, they are doing that. See, Allah Ta'ala says, وَمَا ظَلَمَهُمُ اللَّهُ وَلَكِنْ كَانُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ يَظْلِمُونَ. Allah Ta'ala don't make any zulam. People make zulam on themselves. The women want to go and dance. They want to go to World Cup. They want to scream. They say they're Muslims, but they hate hijab. Forget them, the Maulanas, they say. We love Islam, we love the laws of Islam, but they promote by their action a society where there must not be hijab. You say you love the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in, you honor and you respect them. Allah Ta'ala has given them the greatest of honor, radiallahu wa radu'an, I'm happy with them. But you associate with those people like that Arsli or what Asli or whatever it may be, Arsi, who is a firm and dedicated follower of Khomeini. He praises Khomeini, and you know what's Khomeini? He was the Dajjal of the times. He was such a Shia. I don't have time to go into all of that, but believe me, only I can say one thing. If we are not going to change our line of thinking and want the truth, then you are not going to. You can have the whole year of Laylatul Barat and Shab Barat. If you don't think there is a possibility, look at the Abrams Accord. Why is no one speaking against it? The people were there to expounding it. Be as it may, Genghis Khan is traveling. Comes a certain town, the news is spread. He's coming. 20 men went to hide somewhere by the river. They're hiding. Whilst hiding there, a lady from Genghis Khan's army requires water and goes to the river. And oh, what's here? Hey, what you people are doing here? Stand up, stand up. 20 men stand up, one woman. So you're hiding here, wait. I'm going to fix you people up. She goes, she calls some other women, bring your swords. They're frozen. They can't move. The guna and the sin and disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala froze their brains, their hearts, their mind. You even think we are men, these are just women, let's rush for them. Frozen, mouths open, eyes popping, they bear all 20. And they laugh and they walk away. Guna makes the heart very weak. It weakens the heart. It dumbs the intelligence. You can't think. You want your music. You want your friends. No matter what they tell you. You want to be with them. You want to be with a crowd. Eventually he comes into Baghdad. Takes over Baghdad. Meets the king. The king is shaking and shivering. He tells him, I have to kill you. You killed my ambassador. For one man, he did such destruction. How many kitabs were burned that were in Kabul and the Stajiks? All this, where Imam Bukhari, all of that, gone. When he came there, he said, I'm going to punish you, but you're too evil. You're so evil, your blood is so poisoned with evilness. I don't want the blood to fall onto the sand. So I'm not going to just, and I don't want any of my swords. The blood must come down. I see you love your carpets. You love your carpets. Roll him in a carpet. They roll him in a carpet. Bring the elephant. There can't be a bigger elephant on the land than there can't be a bigger animal on land than an elephant. Let the elephant come, we must walk up and down. The elephant crushed it, obviously up and down, minced him in this way. No blood must come out of that carpets. This is how it killed him. He was going even more further. And the people in Damascus, they made dua, Makkah, Medina, Ya Allah, who can stop this musibah? Allah Ta'ala accepted the dua. And alhamdulillah, very not far away from Hijaz, something happened here to go backwards. So what we are speaking, ask for hidayat, ask for guidance. Oh Allah, 73 groups, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said it. You can't say, all are equal. It's وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ. They quote this ayat, all of your whole fast unto the rope of Allah. Bidati, you hold fast. Shia, you hold fast. Wahhabi, you hold fast. Everyone, all must be together to hold on. That ayah, there are explanations to it. There's no time for this. May Allah Ta'ala accept our sitting. Fasting is on the Jummah day, and Jummah night we have spoken about it. You will hear different type of bayanat concerning it, and may Allah Ta'ala accept everyone's dua. Remember with the ibadah, ask for taqwa. Ibadah many people make. Ask Allah, fill me with taqwa. What is my taqwa as far as a father is concerned, businessman is concerned, and may Allah Ta'ala accept us. Inshallah ta'ala, we will continue the week thereafter, inshallah.